There are entertainers, and then there are entertainers. Um, Nowadays, you've got like your Bruno Mars, and you've got your people like that. Um, and that's fine. And there's these big arenas, and you go, and 80,000 people scream, and that's sort of entertainment now. In the past, you had people like Frank Sinatra, like Dean Martin, like Sammy Davis Jr., and together, with people like Peter Lawford and Joey Bishop, in their Rat Pack days, these guys, it's funny because I think a lot of people would look back and they would be like, well, I don't see the appeal. They all look drunk, you know, they're on the stage. They can't even get through a song without cracking up or making jokes. So, what is the appeal? The appeal was their personalities and the way they played off of each other. They made a series of movies together, obviously the most famous of which being Ocean's 11. But I'm here today to talk about Robin and the Seven Hoods, which is my personal favorite. But it's a strange movie in the sort of Rat Pack kind of world. You've only got Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr. Joey Bishop's not in it. Peter Lawford, in an interesting story, he was married to a Kennedy, and Frank Sinatra really kind of only wanted him around for that because Frank Sinatra was had a little bit of a bromance going with JFK, and JFK was supposed to come stay with Sinatra in California on a visit, and then Bobby Kennedy said, you can't do that. He's connected to the mob. It wouldn't look right. And so Peter Lawford was basically kicked out of the Rat Pack. And he was supposed to have a part in Robin and the Seven Hoods. That part went to Bing Crosby, which I always was sort of confused by because Bing Crosby was the person that JFK stayed with instead when he went out to California. So why Sinatra sort of forgave Bing Crosby and not Peter Lawford, I don't know. Robin and the Seven Hoods is a movie that I only discovered recently. There was a clip on YouTube that I saw of Sinatra and Dean Martin and Bing Crosby in this movie singing a song. I believe it's called Class, I believe. And it charmed me so much that without ever having seen the movie, I ordered the Blu-ray. Just based on that one song, based on the sort of that moment in the movie. I thought if that's the only moment in the movie that's any good, it'll be worth owning the Blu-ray to have it. I was very pleasantly surprised to find that is not the only moment in the movie that was excellent. The story, Sinatra plays a mobster who has a rivalry with Peter Falk's mobster. Peter Falk, who killed Sinatra's sort of mentor. And so Sinatra and Peter Falk are sort of these two warring crime bosses. And that sounds very Godfather, very serious. It's not. This movie's a musical. It's a comedy. It's based on the story of Robin Hood. And, each character sort of embodies somebody from that myth. And it might be my favorite Robin Hood movie in that respect. It really does stand out to me as something that is so It's so fun. It is in that Rat Pack kind of way. It is the kind of movie that is just there to please you, is just there to make you smile. And Sammy Davis Jr. has an amazing, amazing dance number in the movie. It has a very strange ending. Things don't quite work out the way you think they will. And I can't say that I was satisfied by it. The rest of the movie, however, is utterly charming. Dean Martin, in particular, kind of tickles me in this movie. I think a lot of people won't want to see this. Oh, the Rat Pack, it's a '60s thing. I don't know. If you're a fan of musicals, if you're a fan of crime dramas, if you're a fan of the Robin Hood story, I think that this is well worth seeking out. I give this 4 out of 5 stars. It was a very pleasant surprise for me. I wouldn't be shocked if I were to revise my 100 favorite movies if this were to pop up on it. It'd be low on that list, but it might make it there. So seek it out. It's very ring-a-ding-ding.